What manner of wickedness is this portrayed by one person in a whole series, Mother Uchechi, and nobody is able to bring her down? This is very terrible, guys. Yes, welcome to the final episode of Danger Signs We Ignore in Marriage, because these are things that happen in our society and we take it for granted, and people keep going down over one person's stupidity. Now, Jeff managed to return back home, but did Jeff return home safely and sound? Madam Uchechi had to hit Jeff's mother, and Jeff's mother, as we speak, is either dead or alive. And when Jeff got home after hearing the mother screaming over the phone, Jeff automatically rushed home and met the mother lying down on the floor. Is the mother still going to make it or not? Is it late to take the mother to the hospital or not? And Jeff started crying, called for Omar. Omar rushed from the hospital as Omar was with Kelly. Immediately Omar returned. That is how they were crying and rolling over the floor, shouting left and right, saying that what manner of thing is this? Why good bad things keep happening to us? That Mama, if anything happens to Mama, he is going to take away his own life. Jeff was just crying and Omar was holding Jeff. Jeff was crying from that point that he seems to be a coward, that he ran away and allowed his mother to be in this situation that she is right now with Madam Uchechi. That is Jeff's own point of view, and that is how Jeff was crying. Omar was like, no, look at me. I'm also in the house. I was also at the hospital with Kelly, and that is why all this happened to Mama. If we were here, nothing would have happened to Mama. And that is how they were crying and crying. Mother Uchechi was laughing. Mother Uchechi took wine. That is how Mother Uchechi was drinking her wine and looking at them while they were crying and marrying and saying that they haven't seen anything yet, that she is going to finish up with them before they will understand that her name is Mother Uchechi, that you don't see fire and enter inside fire, that when you see fire you run far away, you don't come closer, let the fire burn you. The angel saw fire and came inside the fire, and expecting the fire not to burn her. No way, the fire will roast her up, not only burning her. And that is true, guys. Angel saw fire and came inside the fire, and that is why each and everyone's life is at stake as we speak. Now Flora on her own part is fighting for her life. Will Flora survive it or not? Bolaji rushed there as Madam Uchechi sent her to go and meet with Flora. So when Bolaji got there, Bolaji called Mother Uchechi that very soon I will be inside that secret room that I placed Flora inside, and she has bleeded to the extent that she is weak and unconscious. She doesn't know her whereabouts. She doesn't even know that this is what is happening to her because she is unconscious. So I am going to strangle her. After strangling her, I will bring the body to you so that you will see it and do what you want to do with it. Mother Uchechi said yes, good. Why Oma they were crying about Mama, Mother Uchechi was answering call concerning Flora without them knowing. And Mother Uchechi was like, bring Flora's body. We are going to dispose of it, look for a place and bury Flora so that nobody can ever trace Flora again. This is the height of wickedness, guys. There is this wickedness that exists in the world that we need to be very careful about. So we should not ignore the danger signs we see in marriage, okay? Because once we ignore them, this is what is bound to happen. And that is what Angel did. And this is where we have landed ourselves in today. She keeps saying that I will show you the beast in me. Oma keeps saying you will see the beast in me, but nobody is taking action, and Mother Uchechi keeps doing the evil and going. And now look at it, see the way they are crying like little babies, shouting left and right. Even Angel herself was crying. Angel could not believe her eyes. Angel was like, what is going on here? I can't wrap my head over it. Everything is happening at once. That is how Angel too was crying. But Angel, now is not the time to cry, now is the time to act. And Mother Uchechi dropped the call from Bolaji and started laughing, saying that before you people get the news of Bolaji, before you people will get the news of Flora, I must have finished up with you, Jeff. Just cry your last crying now, because after this you are going to follow your mother as well, and from there Oma, you will follow her as well. And that is how she was talking and looking at them and laughing while they were crying. This is pathetic. This is just so bad that there is nobody among these people to wake up and fight and defend them from having all these problems that they are having in the hands of Madam Uchechi. What about Clara? Clara is nowhere to be found, guys. Hey, does that mean that Clara is dead? Maybe Clara is dead and buried, because Mother Uchechi can do and undo. This one that is her own daughter, she can do and undo. Remember when Kisito was in the hospital fighting for his life, Kisito was having this head issue that his head was broken by Jeff. Mother Uchechi told Kisito that this is not the time to lie down in the hospital and be taking drips. Now is the time for you to go out there and do your manly duty, executing evil. Forget about your health and go out there. How can a mother be advising the son in that manner? And Kisito was telling the mother, look, I am sick, I am lying on this bed, let me get well first, because without my health I can't do anything. And Mother Uchechi was like, I don't care, go and execute what I have asked you to do. And now coming to Clara, that was not even in support of her. Imagine what could have happened to Clara, because Clara told her that she was going to expose the fact that she is the one that killed Flora's baby, that she is the one that did all that masterminded behind Flora and Kisito, and Flora almost lost her own life, that she will expose everything and also expose all the evil plans they are having in this house concerning Angel and the family, because she knows that she is the one behind the gang raping of Oma, and also trying to get rid of Kisito, trying to get rid of Angel's baby in her womb. And what about Madam Uchechi? Madam Uchechi trying to kill Angel immediately. Angel put to bed that she is going to expose all these things so that these people will be aware of it. And Madam Uchechi told her that you have just beaten more than you can chew, and you will face the consequences. You will dance the rhythm of the spirit. I will send you where you are truly supposed to belong, because you are talking more than your age. And that was the assurance Madam Uchechi gave her. And from that day to this very moment, nobody knows the whereabouts of Clara. But one thing here is that Angel didn't even bother looking for Clara. How can you be with your sister-in-law, who has always been supporting you, always stood by you, and even took you to the hospital when these people tried to buy your life, and you have not bothered to ask her whereabouts? Ever since you lost your husband Kisito, she hasn't showed up. Are you not even supposed to inform her that your brother is dead? What manner of thing is this, Angel? You are too quiet for my liking. You are too doomed for my liking. Yes, you are just too cold. This is not how things are supposed to work. Because if you would have tried calling Flora to inform Flora that the brother is dead, maybe you would have discovered that Flora is nowhere to be found, and maybe an investigation would have been opened so that Flora can be saved, or wherever she is, she might be given a befitting burial as well. I'm very certain Mother Uchechi have a hand in Flora's disappearance. So guys, let's keep watching, because the episode of today is the final one that we are going to release, as Mother Uchechi is going to go down this time around, and you don't want to see how Mother Uchechi is going down. But before Mother Uchechi going down, Mother Uchechi have assured everybody that she will have the laugh, that even if she's going down knowing that she have revenged her son Kisito's death, then there is no problem for her. She is willing to go down. But before going down, the only person she wants that child should survive is the baby in Angel's womb. After that, everybody will follow. Let's pray nothing happens to Flora. Wherever Flora is, that Flora should be saved by Nelson, because Nelson is out there looking for Flora as well. If Nelson doesn't see Flora before time, Bolaji is going to finish up with Flora and bring the cops to Madam Uchechi. And now, what about Jeff? Will Jeff make it alive? Because Madam Uchechi is already telling people to look after Jeff, keep an eye on Jeff. Immediately he makes any move and go to a secret corner in the house or outside, anywhere, toilet, they should just finish up with him at once, so that let it look like a coincidence, let it look like something that have just happened, unforeseen circumstances. That is Mother Uchechi's plan of action. And Angel on her own part is there crying, and for them, they don't know that it is Mother Uchechi that must have done this to the mother. How can they be thinking that the mother just slumped and died? These people, and Jeff, you heard how your mother was crying and screaming over the phone. What about George? George just dug his own grave with his own hands, because Benita is not going to let him breathe. Benita is already planning on giving charm to him so that he would dance and walk according to her tune, while Josh is thinking that he is going to use Benita to his own advantage to get Angel. But I am sorry, Josh, you have just come to the end of your road, because Benita is going to finish up with you. Remember, Nelson advised you, but you never listen to Nelson. Desperate women like Benita are to be careful of, but you choose to go in for thinking that you are smarter, but not knowing that Benita is more smarter than you. Now Benita must have charmed you. How will you come out from that charm? Let's keep watching to know what happened to Madam Uchechi, and what happened to George, and also what happened to Jeff, and what happened to the baby in Angel's womb. Will Angel survive it or no? Will that baby stay in Angel's womb, or that baby will pass on? And what about Clara? Stay tuned, because we are going to unveil all this in the final episode of today. See you in our next video. Please, if this is your first time watching, kindly subscribe to join us in this beautiful masterpiece of the danger signs we ignore in marriage. See you in our next video. From me to you all is love.